What's going on, guys? Back at you again with another top 5. This time I'm doing my top 5 Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super characters. Now, anybody who knows my Dragon Ball or anime history knows good and well I didn't start getting into Dragon Ball Z until like last year. Now, the main reason for that is when Dragon Ball, the original, came out years ago and used to come on TV like a Saturday morning cartoon. I would watch a little bit of it, and all they would do is float in the air and talk for almost an hour and then start to fight, and then we'd cut the show off. And that's how it felt. That's probably not how it went, but that's how it felt in every episode. Then somebody would turn into a great ape or whatever, and I lost interest. And it's just so the original Dragon Ball to me was crap, and so I never dug back into it. Even though I started hearing about Dragon Ball Z, and as of the recent Super. But it took me to about last year to actually start watching the series of Z and Super. Starting off with Super. Starting with the Broly Super movie, which was a good start, by the way. So, with that said, let's get to number 5. Yes, Android 17 and motherfucking 18. Yeah. Before I even started watching the show, I had bought the game Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z, so I didn't know anything about the characters in the game at all. Didn't know who that was. Android 18 was the first one to really stand out to me. Alright. Then I started looking at videos on YouTube about Android 18. Turns out she had a brother, Android 17. I didn't know any of this at the time, but from what I read up, my mind was already made up that these two characters were one of my favorites. And at the time that I knew them or found out about them, they were my favorites, period. Because I didn't really delve into anybody else in the Z storyline. So I was like, yeah, I can tell you one thing. I like the androids. And then I watched the saga. After watching Abridged first, then I watched the Real Cell saga. And I like those two characters even more. That's why I put them together. They're the only ones that are going to make a duo appearance in this one. Because they ain't right apart. They go together. They remind me of an anime version of Diane Tward, if you know who that group is. That's the perfect description of what they're like. They just came through punking everybody in the game. I'm not talking about Ashton Kutcher. I'm talking about some Devo shit. They were whooping everybody's ass when they first came through. Total badasses. Along with their boy, Android 16. He was putting in work too. But, yeah. I mean, they're just the first ones that caught my eye as far as Dragon Ball Z goes. And so that's why they're at number 5 right now. Alright. Now let's get into number 4. That damn Jaron. I knew about Jaron a few more years back when Super originally aired. And I found out about it through a YouTube video, and I can't remember the YouTuber's name right now, but he was doing commentary on Jaron's them hands that Jaron had, and the hands he was putting on characters in the tournament, the Tournament of Power, if you're familiar with that. And not only was the commentary hilarious, I wish I could remember his name, but that dude is hilarious. But the commentary was hilarious. But Jaron was really putting some hands on people, and that caught my eye. That caught my attention, and it seemed to be a big deal because he just was untouchable. And so I think some years later, when I actually realized and found out, like last year, who Goku was, Vegeta, let me tell you something right now. I'm not a Goku fan at all. Goku is one of the most annoying characters ever in any of these series, and he's the main character. But I'm not a Goku fan. I understand he's very well needed in each series because he's Goku, but I don't like him. And if you love Goku, I'm sorry, I don't like him. And so anytime I see somebody fuck him up in a tournament, makes me smile. So Jaron was the first one to satisfy me in that way of what I saw, the show I saw put on when I watched that. He was just so cool. He's just so, yeah, he's man, boy, is something else. His persona is, he's a bit of an asshole. He's kind of an asshole, and that's what I picked up from him. And he's not well liked amongst some viewers because he's an asshole. But he's straight to the point. He doesn't play any games, so I respect him for that. You know what I'm saying? And for a while I was saying Jaron, and nobody else was. When I realized that, I gotta now train myself to say Jaron or whatever. So that's all I gotta say about that one. Let's go on to number 3. Cell. One of my favorite arcs, the Cell Saga. One of my favorite villains. Perfect Cell. I've been hearing about Cell for so long. Of course, before I started getting into Dragon Ball Z for real. And the Cell Saga was people gave a lot of props to the Cell Saga and they're bragging about it. And as soon as I started getting into it, that's one of the first Dragon Ball Z sagas that I actually sat back and watched the whole thing of. And every minute of it was absolutely entertaining because of that one man, the perfect Cell. Let me tell you something about Cell, man. Cell knows how to talk some shit. He knows how to talk that shit. He has a smart remark for everybody. He's cocky as fuck. And he's one of the few villains that isn't worried about world domination, man. He's just worried about whooping people's ass, getting stronger. That's all he wants to do. It's all he wants to do. Simple man. Simple man. I wish they'd kind of bring him back in a way in Super, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But I wish they would. 'Cause man, he left the mark. He left the mark, an imprint. He's a savage. He's a savage with those comebacks, man. He's a savage. Damn, man. Gotta give it to him. Gotta give it to him. Really do. Sell. Alright. Let's get to number 2. Motherfucking Broly. Super Broly. Not the Broly from back in the 80s. There ain't nothing wrong with him either. But nah, fuck that. Super Broly. Number 2. At number 2. Yes. Boy, when I didn't know about the old Broly, I found out about the new Broly first through advertisement. Right? Alright, they were advertising it so hard, and I saw a couple YouTubers that were excited and overjoyed. And I saw some clips of just Broly just dragging Goku through some ice. And you know how I feel about Goku. So I said, I gotta see this. I actually went to the movie theaters to see this movie, the Super Broly movie. And that's the first time I went to the movie theaters to watch an anime. First time. I had to do it. It was worth every cent and every minute. God dang it. It's worth every minute. That was a fantastic movie. Oh my God. Wish I could have did a little review about that movie. I kind of want to watch it right now. That's how good that movie is. That movie, the animation, the fight scenes, the storyline, I liked it. Some people didn't agree with the storyline. I liked it. I liked it better than the old Broly. The old Broly was one-dimensional, stupid. No, the new Broly's stupid too, but the old Broly was just like so like traditional cartoonish villain. Alright. He didn't like Goku because he was crying when he was a baby, and they were both babies in the same nursery, Saiyan nursery, whatever. And that was just the stupidest reason for him to hate Goku. Well, this new Broly movie gave him a good reason to be as angry as he is, you know. And I so much cared for the new one. Way better than the old Broly. The old Broly was okay for like 1 and 2, and then 3 with the Bio Broly shit. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when they made that movie. That killed it. That killed that Broly. But this Super Broly is the shiznit. God dang it, man! I'm starting to question why he's at number 2. That was a hard decision, though. And you'll see in a minute why I made that decision. But this Broly, man, oh my God. Broly. Did you hear that theme song? You heard that theme song. Best theme song in the series. Best theme song I ever heard. Number 1. And of course, the number 1 spot goes to Prince of All Saiyans, Vegeta. I shouldn't even have to say anymore, but I'm gonna have to say anymore because it's a video. Bro. And this is not only because, you know, I don't like Goku, but I'm going to honestly say this. If it wasn't for Vegeta, I wouldn't have continued watching anything doing with Dragon Ball Z or anything like that. Because Vegeta was not in Dragon Ball. And that's probably one of the reasons I didn't like Dragon Ball. Vegeta made the series and the franchise 10 times better. He actually has depth to his character. He's actually going through real problems. Goku is so fucking one-dimensional. Bro, Vegeta he's a G. He's a G. He's a fucking G. Vegeta, bro, the same pride is strong with this dude. You can't tell him nothing. You can't tell Vegeta nothing. And he's representing for the short dudes. And he's representing for the ones with no hairline. Bro, what else can I say? What else can I say? Vegeta. God dang it. A lot of growth in his character, like I said. He's just, the way he trains and the way Goku trains is so different. I just like how he trains. Way better. Because he's not playing any games out here. Every time he trains a young Saiyan, he got to punch him in the gut. And you know it. He got to punch him in the gut. If you're a Dragon Ball here, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Vegeta, man, number one. Fight me on that. Because I back that up 100%. 100%, man. You know what I'm saying? Vegeta has that bad boy vibe. He's definitely an anti-hero. I cut for anti-heroes, if you don't know already. And he definitely holds that status. You know what I'm saying? Vegeta just, above all. Even when I watched the Broly movie, the Super Broly movie, hey man, I cheered for Vegeta when he was fighting Broly. More than I did Goku. Of course. Yeah, Vegeta just, bro. There's only so much I can say in such a little time. Yeah, Vegeta's got that number one spot. And I'll be back with the next top 5 characters for Dragon Ball Z / Dragon Ball Super. So be looking out for that one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you know I'll catch y'all later.